weirdness, and kind of a moving target. So Eskimo, I believe, is Cree or Dene for eaters of raw meat, and so we've moved away from that word. And Asanatek means things from the past. It's an Inuktitut word. So we will be going there at 10. I'll start with the lodge, though. You've had a good almost 24 hours here. Addie's dad, Wally, started making this place in 1995. Started with the reservation front counter area. That was a takeout restaurant. They fed the community hot dogs and French fries and milkshakes, I guess. So that's where it started. Then they expanded and built a restaurant, which is where we sit now waiting for the buses. That's the lounge. So that was a restaurant. And then they built, what did you do next? Hotel rooms? One floor of hotel rooms, then the big restaurant, then the second floor. Hey? Yeah. So there you go. So they expanded several times, like 5 times, and each time they expanded, they popped out another kid. So Addie is the oldest of 5. Yeah. And you'll see little Sadie running around. She's 9 now? Yeah, her youngest sister is 9. So that's the age gap.
Does the family live on site?
You answer that.
They live in the house.
Until it gets really cold, they go to Florida.
Hey, can't argue with that.
Smart play, smart play. So there's about 1,000 logs, spruce logs in the lodge, all harvested from an old forest fire. Burnt all of the limbs and foliage off of the trees. And you got a burn permit to harvest all of those. And we got another one recently to expand. So this season's big project was the big shop, that big green shop. Heated floor and everything. Very nice to change your oil in the big shop. Love it. And next year, the lodge is going to get expanded with a bigger lobby area. Is primarily what we want. We want a spot for people to get their coffee, come out. It is kind of fun sitting there having desserts when you get back from tour and having coffee, but we need about 4 or 5 more couches. So that's kind of the plan, is to have a bigger open concept area for a lobby. So, well, let's shove off. And again, Addie's got all of the, everybody who had a shower, it's your fault, has the cloths for windows. We'll make our rounds. But we'll go through town and then aim for the museum for 10. Sound good?
Yes.
Have a good rail system that makes you lots of money is to have stuff going both ways. We really don't send anything out of Churchill. It just is what it is. So we did talk about the grain farmers in the prairies, late 1800s lobbying the federal government. We want a rail system too. Last spikes were being driven all over North America, and these farmers wanted their own rail system to get the grain out of the bay. It's 1,000 kilometers shorter. So instead of going through the Great Lakes with all your grain and through all of the locks, if you get your grain out of the prairies, the middle of Canada, here to this grain terminal, onto a ship, and send it to Europe.
And the other hair goes right. And unfortunately, our owl is split straight up the middle. And the message of this story really is to be grateful for what you have, to be thankful for what you already have. And so in the spirit of that, I will be grateful for the time that you've given me to tell you about the museum today. As I said at the beginning, if you do have any questions, please let me know, and please do sign off Visitor's Book. Thank you very much for listening.
He did destroy the fort. He turned the cannons on the fort and blew it all up, blew up the powder magazine, and destroyed it. So La Perouse, after being taken prisoner, headed back to England. The very next year, he loved this place so much, he turned around and came right back. The fort, he would have come around the corner of the bay and saw his fort completely